What's good, what's good, what's good? Let's discuss this. Female social media influencer from Atlanta was the target. She was the target. Check this story out.
Atlanta police investigating the shooting death of a woman right in the middle of Buckhead. So someone shooting up the SUV that she was riding in, that vehicle riddled with bullet holes while stopped at a traffic light on Lindbergh Drive. And 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates, well, she's been following this story all day. Joining us live from the scene. Bobeth, what have you learned?
Well, Faith, the shot rang out at this intersection behind me. In fact, it was that middle lane right there. The car pulled up to the light when the shooters came rolling by. And now that police are trying to piece together the details of this shooting, they're asking anyone with details to come forward.
It sounded like a war was going on outside. I was shook.
Nick Taylor lives near the scene. He says he was startled out of his sleep around 4:30 this morning by the sound of gunshots at the intersection of Lindbergh and Adina Drive.
Usually when you hear gunshots, it's just like, bow, 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 and then that's over with a quick little 2 seconds, but that lasted for about a good 20 seconds.
It sounded like about 40 shots. It was 2 guns, may have been 3.
According to Atlanta Police Department, officers arrived on scene to find a person shot in a black Escalade being used as an Uber. We're told the passenger who was in the back of that vehicle was struck multiple times after a car drove up next to it and began firing into the vehicle.
This appears to be a targeted incident. As you can see the number of shell casings. There were multiple shooters, but again, we just don't have a whole lot to give out right now.
Officials could not confirm the victim's identity, but on social media, family and friends have identified the deceased as popular Guyanese socialite and media influencer Teisha Brody.
It turns out she only lives in the next block, so she was less than a block away from home. I think they just caught her at the red light. It looks like that she was ambushed. That was an Uber driver. She was in an Uber, and the Uber driver was unscathed.
And as police work to piece together the motives behind the shooting, neighbors remain on edge.
It's scary. It's becoming very scary to live here.
I don't know what happened, but it's sad. Especially being that somebody got killed. That's real sad.
And we pick back up with that breaking news we've been following for you right now at 8:30. We know that a woman is dead after a shooting in Buckhead on Lindbergh Drive.
So we want to check in with our very own Rebecca Schramm. She has been out there talking with investigators and gathering details. So Rebecca, what have we learned about this?
Well, Lana and Rob, we just got an update from Deputy Chief Charles Hampton, and he tells us this was a targeted shooting. We want to show you what we're seeing right now. They just loaded the woman's body into the medical examiner's van here on Lindbergh Drive. We've got a number of apartments around here, so a lot of people have been watching outside their apartment windows as all of this has unfolded this morning. Police have been out here for about 4 hours. It was about 4:30 when they first got the call of a person shot, and we were just talking with a man who told us that he came out and the only vehicle he saw at that moment right after the shooting was that Cadillac Escalade. Police tell us at the moment that it was being driven, it was being used as an Uber. The driver must have a limo license as well, because we can tell there's a limo tag. So you know how sometimes drivers will drive for a limo service, they might drive for Lyft and Uber. Well, at this point, he says the driver was driving for Uber. That driver is being cooperative, talking to police about what happened. From what they've been able to gather, the other vehicle involved in this incident was some sort of sedan. They're not sure of the color of that sedan, just that it might have been a light color sedan, but several witnesses have described a vehicle sort of like that. Listen to what Deputy Chief Charles Hampton told us about another incident.
We also know at around 4 o'clock this morning at Lennox and Buford, there was another property damage with vehicles being shot at, and we're trying to work very closely to see if that is related to this incident as well. Right now, we don't have much to give out. Various witnesses have said that there's some type of sedan just due to the daylight and the nighttime and the lights at night. We don't really know the vehicle color. It might be a light colored sedan. So right now we're just asking anyone if they saw anything, heard anything, to call Crime Stoppers where they can remain anonymous.
And you're taking another live look here at the scene on Lindbergh Drive.
Crazy. So I don't know what she did. She did something to be the target. Don't let that cute face fool you. Females are out here doing dirt. It caught up with her. I don't know what she did, but it caught up with her. Let me know what you think. I'm out of here.